It's a brand new day on your numero uno breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. We're glad to have you join us. Thank you and welcome.
Yes, we're excited and we expect that energy would rub off on you in a good way because we certainly come bearing some smiles, inducing content to brighten your day.
And now, of course, much more than that, we are up to the task to help you start your morning, right? It's officially time, of course, to let you know that this is our Oxy Thursday edition.
Yes, of course, we have all the great things that makes this Thursday episode special. And yes, we have surely checked everything on our list, right?
Definitely. It's going to be a wonderful one. Just sit back, relax. It's going to be a great show. My name is Mike Messikeno.
And I am Ime Okwache. Do not forget, you can watch the show live on GOTV channel 27 and on UHF 49. You could also watch us on the go. Download the app, of course, for free on both the Android and iOS stores.
On social media, it's Activity Connect. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, TikTok. Use the hashtag WakeupNigeria, of course, for engagement.
We have quite an amazing lineup for you on the show this morning, and we'll begin with Book Chat. And today we'll review Singles Phenomenal, a 21st Century Diary for Singlehood by Israel Sonny Oyenibehin.
What did single people do to you people?
You should ask the author when it comes to the camp.
And then, of course, we have an art display this morning, and I am looking forward to this. Oh, what a beaut. This is lovely. We have Prince Yomi Otukoya, and we'll have a mini exhibition with him on the show this morning. Oh God, how far now? How was the traffic? You went free. How was your experience? What's happening in Lagos? So normally, yeah, I tell people that even if you're leaving your house and you're going 2-3 minutes away, check Google Map. But I don't keep to it so often. Yeah, this morning I just came out and man, by the time I got to $10 bridge and coming up and all over, my oh my, it was blocked all the way. Like there was no movement, and then so people from the other lane had gotten into the the opposite lane and had blocked the way for those oncoming. It was just a mess.
Yeah.
And I of course we can blame it on the construction that is ongoing. But how far down did it go? How was it for you?
It actually went down because I come from Ajao, so
Okay.
Airport Road. We passed through Oshodi,
Okay.
Bagada Oshodi. So of course from Oshodi, literally at that time was already getting filled up all the way down. So like there were pockets. Then we moved past Oshodi. Then once the diversion to Third Milan Bridge, then of course that turned down all the way up till I got to the office. Like the traffic is crazy, and I'm just wondering. I mean, that's that early in the morning, so I'm wondering what it's going to be like for the rest
Later
of
on
the
in the
day.
day.
So it's definitely going to be crazy.
And I have to move around a bit today, so man.
I've already slashed my movements by half because I'm
Yeah,
like,
because if you don't, I fixed some things for today. I don't know how I'm going to do because but I know that if it's not extremely important, or more just chill or sit back at home, you've not left home. How was it for you? Was it coming
Well,
from?
I did not experience any traffic this morning because I'm coming from
Ikorodu, yeah?
So
Wow.
yeah, but I think there will be traffic later on because there are two broken vehicles, a truck and somewhat like a BRT bus that's broken down on the road. So I definitely, if it's not taken care of now, it's definitely going to cause
And
traffic.
something about Lagos traffic. The Lagos road network is not so great, right? So once we're having traffic on one lane, the
It
possibility
affects
of it
all
to
the
affect other lanes
alternatives.
is crazy.
Exactly.
I mean, I schooled in Benin. Something that is great about Benin, the road may have been terrible.
They're all connecting.
They are all connected.
They are
You
all
can turn here, come out
connected.
here.
Exactly.
Turn here, come out here. So like, but
Google
Lagos
Map
network,
needs to work in Benin.
it cannot work now. Even the other connection that is stronger will disrupt it. So nah, it
Right,
can't work.
let's take a look at what the day's weather is like and kick off the show. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messikena. We kick off in Abuja, where a High Court of Federal Capital Territory has issued an order restraining the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, National Secretary Farouk Ibrahim, and two others from parading themselves as national officers of the party. Justice Hamza Muazu issued a restraining order while ruling ex parte application argued by a senior advocate of Nigeria, James Onoja. Onoja had in the application informed the court how the restrained national officers allegedly forced several documents of the FCT High Court to carry out unlawful substitutions in the last general election. The senior lawyer who tendered several documents confirmed to the judge that the chief registrar of the court wrote the Labour Party to disown several documents used for the alleged criminal activities by Mr. Abure and 3 others. Justice Muazu subsequently ordered that the 4 people should immediately stop parading themselves as national officers of the Labour Party.
That is today that the chairman of Labour Party and other executives who are mentioned as defendants there should stop parading themselves as chairman and executive of the Labour Party on the basis that one, they have been found wanting in terms of allegation of crime. I mean, they have been indicted by the police for forgery. Also, the chairman has been suspended by his ward, and in the constitution, in the constitution of the Labour Party, once you are suspended or expelled, you cannot be a member of the board of trustees, not to be a chairman, not to talk about being a chairman.
The 4 officers involved primarily now are one, Julius Aburi, who is the former national chairman now. We have Umar Farouk, who is also the former national secretary. We have Clement Ojuku, who is the former national organizing secretary, and we have Okpara, who is also the former national treasurer. They were all involved in forgery, perjury, of documents, and which we consider inimical to what the party stand for. And we thank God today that at least justice has been served. The 4 of them, we from henceforth today stop parading themselves as national officer of the party. While we convene in NWC meeting and NEC, we'll now be able to forge a new face for our party.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has sent a letter to the Chief Clerk of the Central Criminal Court, Old Bailey, in London to intervene on the matter concerning the former Deputy President of the Nigerian Senate, Ike Ekweremadu, and his wife, who are currently facing charges. Senator Ekweremadu was found guilty of an organ trafficking plot after they brought a 21-year-old man to the UK from Lagos. The former president in the letter wants the Chief Clerk to use his position and consider the good relationship between the Nigerian government and that of the United Kingdom to call on the court to temper justice with mercy, especially because of their daughter who needs medical attention. The former president said he hopes Senator Ekweremadu and his wife have learned their lessons from what has happened to them and will continue to be of good conduct to their community and the country in general. Multiple people have died and search and rescue efforts are underway after a tornado ripped through southeast Missouri overnight, authorities said. Officials told reporters that local police and state highway patrol teams were assisting with rescue and recovery efforts in Bollinger County. The exact number of fatalities is still unclear, authorities said. Residents who emerged early on Wednesday morning to survey the damage found trees toppled on cars and roofs ripped from homes. One resident told local reporters he woke up just as the storm pressed down on his home and urged his family to quickly hide in the bathroom. The destruction comes as a powerful storm system that has so far killed at least 30 people continues to batter the region, spawning dozens of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. We've spoken about how the Christians are fasting, Muslims are fasting, so this should be a month that we should get the best of ourselves, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? It should be. All right, welcome, ladies. Hope. What's good? What are we talking about this morning?
We're talking
Winfrey
about
has the gist.
yeah, talking about something quite interesting.
Okay.
So I saw this post on social media, and this particular lady is asking what should she do. So this is the situation. So she's dating a man, and then they've been dating for over 3 years. So according to her, they're preparing to marry, and all of that. Nothing serious, but of course, that conversation is happening and all of that. And then she's like, okay, fine. All her savings, she transferred it to him because he's really good. See Mike's face. Because he's really good with money. Come again. All her savings, all her life savings, she transferred it to him because she's really good at savings. And also in the past few months, she made that her salary account as well. So all the money is entering inside directly. So she now noticed that recently they've been having some issues and the relationship is looking like...
You transferred it to a guy.
She transferred it. So the relationship she doesn't know. It's carried as a way. So like they've been having issues back and forth, and she's been rethinking things. And now she's like, okay, you know what? I'm not sure what's happening here, but can I get my money back? Nah, Baba is angry.
But they're
and
not married yet,
threatening.
right?
They're not married yet, just dating. Baba is angry and threatening that if you want to collect the money, we're going to break up. So she's asking what she should do. So I'm asking. I think my first response was like, if you have more money, maybe you should collect money from her family members.
And give it to him.
Sometimes, I don't know, man. Maybe this is one of you that say, this is Zobo. They're giving us Dodo and Zobo early in the morning. I can't understand how you, even married women don't do that.
No, some married women do.
All their money. Like, I'm saying that, like, I'm not saying that, yes, of course, there are no absolutes. I'm just saying that even married women have a way to ensure that they have something for them. So what if anything happens? Like, a sensible person, someone with common sense would, no matter how, they are joint accounts. Doesn't mean that you should not have your own separate accounts, right? Isn't that the concept of joint? There's a joint account, but then you can also, there are accounts that you can also conduct your business or conduct your transactions, if need be, on your own. So, but how are you not married to a person? What is he giving her?
Maybe more than we know.
No, not more than we know. You know.
So you know.
You know.
No, I will advise her, let her, when she wakes up in the morning, she should just kneel and say, "Olowo ori mi."
Well,
So to be honest, several people or different people, I've heard different versions of this type of stories. To be honest.
Yeah.
I've heard a
Wow.
situation where the man literally, but this one in a home, where the man literally transfers all his money to the woman. And
All.
then yes, and then she now apportions a certain amount to him for the month.
Because women are
Yes,
better
because
managers,
more-
or
yeah,
are known
so
to
I
be better
know-
managers.
so that,
like
that
this.
I've heard a situation like that where maybe the guy has a problem with managing his money or budgeting and all of that, and he says, "Look, I trust you and everything, and then let's have that done."
Exactly.
But in whichever way, you can give a part, but you can't give all. It just doesn't make sense.
Anyways, it's a good thing that she's first of even, seen this part of him, which is a red flag that she needs to look out for. And you know what, Auntie? Remove your slippers, shoes, whatever it is that you have on. You just
Everything
you
light and
jack
heavy.
But yeah,
you run as far as you can.
but you don't know what
I
she's getting from
also-
the guy. Also, the guy might be.
She gave it to him for some reasons
Maybe he
best
got her the
known
job.
to her.
Yeah.
But then again,
But still.
we have heard cases where relationships, marriages break up, end in divorce because of financial fraud or financial issues.
Top two.
Exactly. So finances is the most intricate or one of the most intricate parts or elements of a relationship or a marriage. So the minute you're already having issues or there's any questionable character in terms of finance between yourself and your partner, it is an indication that you guys need to seek a therapist, a counselor, or whatever financial expert that you can, or seek the face of God, according to Winfrey, and try and sort it out. Finances, or yes, because we all have different ways in which we manage our monies, right? It is something that you need to discuss with your partner before saying the I do's. Don't go and give all your monies to somebody. It can run away.
Yeah, I think another point, or something I want to also zoom in, right? Because to be honest, we don't know. Whoever wears the shoes knows where it hurts. She probably knows what she saw that made her make such a decision. So I will not even fault her in that thinking. However, I want to also zoom in on the anger of the guy. Somebody gave you their money, their life savings. They now want it back. Baba, why are you angry?
That's what I'm saying. That
Do you understand?
Auntie, Jackpa.
So he's probably seeing it
But
as
no
maybe
matter-
okay, she's
He's
probably
feeling
preparing.
entitled
Apart from
to
being
her money,
There's that,
which
maybe
he
he's
has
also
no
seeing it
right
as-
over.
Yeah.
He has no right over that money. It is not your money,
but let
uncle.
me-
Do not feel entitled to somebody else's money. Give her back her money.
But I dare say that I find it quite absurd in every single way. So what happens when she needs transport fare?
She'll go
You
to
give her.
That's why I say, Olowo me.
Yeah, now.
How
So
can
maybe-
I?
You know, so I
I
in
think
the first
for
place,
basic things like that,
for
maybe she
human,
would
for
say
yes,
so.
for I don't know, in the first place, that even shouldn't happen. Just yesterday, I was with Halima, my producer, and we're talking about this very interesting story about this particular guy we saw online. For the lady, she said, I've been with this guy from when I was, we've had a 7-8 year relationship, but financially, he has been the one doing everything. He's taking care of me. I moved into his house. In fact, he was abroad for one time. He was even sending money to me to build his house. He didn't even trust his family members. He trusted me.
And she did it for him. Yeah?
Yes, he opened a store for me. He did everything. Blah, blah, blah. Beautiful, wonderful. The house I built, we had a boys' quarter or something, you know,
She
like
also,
joining our party.
you know,
Sad that I'm
started
waiting
something.
No, she didn't start something. And this is what happens. A tenant comes in, a woman comes in as a tenant, and in 6 months, this guy gets married to that tenant. And-
Mike, why is that not the day? Why are we not
No,
talking
this guy
about
gets married.
that?
No, I just remember that because if we're talking
Oh,
about finances and
wow.
this guy gets married to that tenant, and then auntie goes into serious, as in she's even admitted, he comes and collects the keys of the store from her. So she went all this while, she wasn't even planning herself personally. So my point at the end of this whole thing, no matter the financial plan, no matter
felt
the
heartbreak
financial
right
discussion you have with your spouse, you have to be self-sufficient to an extent. That is just it. You can't do
Financial
all.
independence is very important.
You can't do
And
all.
on that note, we take a quick break, people. We are back. We apologize for the slight technical issues earlier on. Yes, welcome to the kitchen, guys. And for those someone asking right now, what's going on? Hey, calm down. We're going to cook later on. We just wanted to let you in on something very interesting that spooked us here on the show. And yes, I'll just introduce her already. With me right now is Olamide Oluwaseun Odunaya. She is the founder and head recipe creator of the Chumpy Bumpy Kitchen. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. First off, I need to say this packaging is beautiful.
Thank you.
And you have been in this business since 2014, right? And with all the moments that the culinary industry has experienced, talk to us about your experience.
Wow, it's actually been a beautiful journey so far for me. I did work in quite a number of establishments, restaurants, and it was definitely an amazing journey. Chombies has always been like my baby. It's always been something I've wanted to work on for a very long time.
Okay.
And COVID just kind of brought out this amazing line of products for me where I realized that a lot of people couldn't cook. And a lot of people like wanted to have like really good food, but they didn't have access to it. So I decided to create a line of products that allow you to cook like a chef with just water.
You know, this is very innovative, I must say. So here we have the native jollof recipe, rice mix.
Yes, please.
So in this pack, we have everything to make a full pot of native jollof rice.
Yes.
What is more innovative than that, guys, in this world of technology where everything is moving so fast? So talk to us about what really inspired this particular idea, because later on you'll be taking us through, you know, how it's done, right? But take us, what inspired the idea at first?
So basically, like I mentioned earlier on, during COVID, a lot of, I mean, even with the Japa syndrome and all of that, during COVID, a lot of people relocated. People didn't have access to good food. And I'd always had this particular native rice on my menu as a caterer, and it was always like the meal that got finished first at parties.
Wow.
And people started calling and they're like, oh, we miss your rice. How can I get your rice? I mean, as far as everywhere out of... even within Africa and out of Africa. So I decided to make the meal in such a way that all they had to do was add water. And that was how I came about the product.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. You know what? I can't wait to see how the magic that this, you know, little pack here is going to create later on. I can't wait, guys, because this is magic in a pack. And later on, we have Oluwaseun, which is going to be, you know, taking us through the, you know, well, basically cooking what's in the pack for us. But while we're prepping things up here in the kitchen, which of course is not going to take so long, let's head over to the couch for some discussion with Winfrey.
Thank you.
I'm definitely all for anything that's going to make my experience in the kitchen shorter and less stressful. Definitely up for that. Okay, so right about now, it's Thursdays, you know, we like to do a little book chat here and there. And today I have a very interesting book I feel everyone should read at some point in their lives, right? And the title is Singles Phenomenal. That's what I'm looking at right here. And the author is Israel Sonny Oyenigbenyi. My Yoruba game is definitely stepping up. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
So now this book, I wish I met you earlier. right? Because a lot of people underestimate the value of cherishing their singlehood before they actually get married. But before we get right into this, let's do a little background on you. What was it like? I mean, before you got to this point of deciding to write this book, what inspired it?
Okay, good morning. Thank you for having me. This book started because I think it started from my family. Yeah, so the first place I learned about marriage was from my mom and my dad. And so dad did not do really well when it comes to, that responsibility of the husband, the father. We notice all of that. And so I'm a look-alike like my dad. So if you see my dad, you see me, nobody will tell you that, oh, these guys. Yeah. So, but then I don't want to follow suit. I don't want to do all of that. So I just told them that, I know I resemble you, but now there are some things that I just don't want to follow. So I decided to create another part. And that makes me just get to learn. I know so many people, other people that, okay, I like what they are doing. Their marriage, their family. So I know that I cannot follow suit with my dad. I need to learn other things. So that's where the whole thing started.
Okay.
Started learning from people. I mean, church was a good resource place. Full gospel helped me. I mean, just interfacing with people that are doing very well. And over time, I think there's this informal education that gets to learn, and so that's what I'm just building on.
And I feel that informal education actually is very, very important because that's what actually sticks more because you're more intentional about that particular type of learning.
Very
so you
well.
said you actually had a group back in school where you had like single friends that actually so you had like I don't know, what would I call it now? Like would I call it the brotherhood, but like something similar where you talk about marriage and you also invited married people to come and talk about their experiences so you learn from it. So now what would you say are the major things you learned from that experience?
So we call it singles tutorial. We call it relationship tutorial.
Okay.
Because on campus, it tends to, if you're preparing for exam tests, people do a lot of tutorial. But then we just said we want to be different, so we call it relationship tutorial. What we learn basically is just to prepare for marriage.
Okay.
Because they don't teach us, when you see all those courses that we are exposed to on campus, nobody is teaching us about marriage. Nobody is teaching about relationship. But everybody are doing relationship.
Everybody's doing
Like
marriage.
people are serving breakfast, people are cooking breakfast on campus. But nobody is talking about it. So we just said, we need somebody to just come talk to us about
Yeah.
it. And so what they exposed us to, how to learn about marriage, woman differences, how to deal with people, understanding gender differences. Because some people are just in relationship, but they don't know that a guy and a lady, they're different.
Very, very true. Very, very true. And as I said, I wish I had met you earlier because, yeah, I mean, this is a book everyone should definitely read before they get into marriage. So now the first chapter here talks about redefining singleness.
Yeah.
Now, can you explain what that means? Because a lot of people I know, because of me, I know a lot of female people. And I actually advise them, see, enjoy your singlehood. Don't be too much in a hurry to get married. But then again, there's something you're trying to tell us in this first chapter. And what is that?
Yeah, so understanding singlehood, what I just basically mean is that singlehood is a season, like it's a phase. And the amazing thing is the default state. Like nobody was born married.
True.
Nobody was born in a relationship.
Very
So
true.
that means the Creator put us here as a single person. But then we need to ask the question, why? Why are we single? That means for everybody, there are KPI. Like for you, as a single person, there's a KPI for you. There's some things you need to learn.
Yeah.
There's some things you need to understand. But a lot
Okay.
of people did not know, really, because I said knowledge. Knowledge is key. The more we learn, the more we know, we tend to
So
do
what are
better.
those things you think people need to know as singles? What
Okay,
would you
yeah.
say those things are?
So now, when it comes to what you need to learn, I think it varies because, of course, we are different. Our goals, our plans, our purpose, they are different. But generically, people need to learn, like just have knowledge, have an understanding of what marriage is, what relationship is. And also, they should have an understanding of what they have to do in life. Because, say, if you're going somewhere, for you to take another person, you need to know where you're
Where
going.
you're
Because if you don't know where you're going, nobody is going to follow you. So you need to have an understanding of who you are. I mean, that's what it talks about. Self-discovery, self-realization, what you need to do, the career path. Those are the things you should set to when you're single.
When you're single, okay.
Because these things will affect your life, either you like it or not. It will affect your life, the type of career you do, the type of purpose. People talk about purpose. I think purpose is just a commitment. Like, what's your own? What are you doing really? What do you tend to do that life, you give to people, people benefit from you. All of these things is what you sort out when you're single. But much more, the overall thing is you need to understand yourself. Like, you need to know who you are, what tickles you. What are those things you can tolerate? What are those things I believe some people don't know themselves really well. Because when you know yourself really well, that will set the pace of every other thing. Every decision you want to make, you know that I can't do this, I can't do that. And some people that they say they force them into marriage, like, they can't force you into marriage. You know who you are. You are the one that will be in the marriage. You are the one that will be in the relationship. So if you don't have an understanding of who you are, a lot of things like a lot of decisions that will go wrong with you.
Very true. I mean, another chapter that actually jumped at me was the third chapter, and it literally says, "Get a purposeful friend," which I think is also important because I mean, a lot of people don't have friends that they can say accountable and all of that. So, in summary, right, what would you say the message for this book is? What message are you trying to put out there?
So I'm trying to let people know that the single phase is an important, like very integral part of our lives. And so we should not be in a hurry to leave that stage. Like, just like I said, there are KPI. And it's based on individual. Yours is different from mine. It's just like somebody that is going to the university to study, I'll say law. Of course, you know, even if you want to do JAM, there is a total mark you should have already. You can't compare it to somebody that just wants to go to school and say, apology, you want to go and study education. I mean, you can just go now and they will accept you. So our KPIs is different.
It's different.
So you need to know that there are many possibilities, opportunities embedded in the single stage. But people need to just dwell on it and understand, unravel it.
Unravel it. On that note, we literally have to go right now. Sadly, we don't have enough time to literally go into this book. Definitely, I will implore you to actually get this. Very, very important. Thank you so much for actually coming here. Very insightful conversation. Now we have to go on a quick break. When we come back, so much more right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay tuned.
Thank you for that wonderful performance right there. Now it's time for tech, and we have Oluwode Oluwadamilare. Now he's a passionate and driven individual with a keen interest in tech and innovation, a software engineer. And today we will be discussing AI and the future of work. It's great to have you. Dami, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So when you say AI now, a lot of things, what comes to someone, the first thing that comes to people's minds is ChatGPT. It has introduced AI to maybe the general populace, but of course there are different forms of AI that have been pre-existent before this time. But that's what people are getting, understanding, and then everybody feels like, okay, maybe it's only writing jobs that it will take and all of that. But we know that there's a lot when it comes to AI, a lot of advancement. This is just a little bit and all of that. But for the sake of those who maybe laymen who don't understand, what exactly an AI, artificial intelligence, what is artificial intelligence?
Okay, when you talk about what is artificial intelligence, it means bringing technology into human existence. Are you getting it? Helping human to be able to function beyond their limits and bringing smartness, bringing easy way of doing things to humans.
To humans.
Yes. So, you know, a lot of us have one or two things to do, and we don't know how to go about it. But with this AI emergence of AI, it helps us to be able to achieve this.
Okay.
Okay, can I just say this? No, so many people out there looking for job. But when you look at their resume, it's nothing to write about. But I want to give you the secret today that you can just copy that your resume and put it there, and it's going to tell you your strengths and the job likely jobs that you can apply to.
That's best suited
and
for you.
Yes, that you will get it. So that's the beauty of AI for you. And, you know, some persons will say, this has come to take their job.
Exactly. That's,
No.
that's the next question. No, how so? How is it? Because, you know, writers, you know, filmmakers, generally everybody. I mean, you even have AI doing art now.
Yeah.
Last few weeks back, we saw pictures of the Pope
Yeah.
that were trending, but those pictures were AI generated.
Yeah.
The Pope was in different costumes, you understand? You even see pictures of people that have never existed.
I think the AI is
put
called
together.
the description.
Exactly. So we see all of this and all of that. And, we have artists and all of that. Isn't that really taking away those jobs?
Okay. I would say that it's not taking away their job,
Okay.
but it's helping them to be at the best of their job.
How so?
Okay. When you see that it's taking away your job, definitely it could. But when you see that it's not taking away your job, then definitely it won't. I, as a person, I use it a lot.
Okay.
So it's not taking away my job, it's helping my job. It's helping me to deliver my job faster than I could.
So the idea is you now have to learn how to make AI
Work for you. Yeah.
Now that's where we're coming now. How much of computer literacy does one need to, in quotes, control or maneuver his or her way around artificial intelligence?
Okay. I would say the much computer literacy you need to know or to have is the basics. The basics. If you can read and write, then understand the basis of computer, then that's good for you.
Okay, so now, apart from ChatGPT, what are the most common forms of AI that are in existence that people use now and how they use them?
Okay, we have NAME.
Okay.
We have...
Are these free tools? Let us know
Yes,
which ones are
yes.
free and which ones
Yeah,
are...
they
and
are
how-
free.
Where can you get them or something?
You can get them online. You can get them they are all available to you. They are open source.
Open source,
Yeah.
okay.
So, like I said, we have NAME, M-E-M.
Okay.
We have Write Sonic.
Okay.
We have Chatbot. We have Chat Sonic. And we have Write Sonic Book.
Okay.
Write Sonic Book, if you're a content creator, content writer, that's good for you. You get?
How do you use this particular tool now? This particular AI
Okay.
tool?
One of them is just input the topic you want to write. The topic, input it inside the question box menu. And once you input, enter press the enter button, and it's going to deliver to you the best concepts
Possible
to
answer
deliver
that you can get.
that you want.
All right, we have to round up, but I like what you're saying now. So the future of work is learning how to use AI
Yes, yes.
in your particular
Yes,
work and make
yeah.
it work for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dami. It was a pleasure having you. This is quite expository. It's been
Thank
a
you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you.
The
All right.
pleasure is mine.
Okay, so that's it. That's the idea is AI can work for you. Get to learn if you have the basic concept of, if you're literate enough, like you said, if you're just literate, and when it comes to just basics of computer, then you can use AI. Thank you very much. All right, that's it. We'll take a time and now stay with us. We'll be back on the flip side for the second lap.
It's great conversation, good food, fantastic personalities, and amazing music. We are your essential morning requirements. We are your must-have.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing music. Take that one. We had a wonderful performance this morning. And of course, this is where it gets even more interesting on the second lap of the show.
Yeah, we still have less than 45 minutes to spend with us. I know. But hey, welcome. It's still our Artsy Thursday edition.
All right. And of course, there's so much to come. Chef Oluwaseun is right there getting ready. I saw that you spoke about that's an easy to prepare, yeah? So what do you mean? You just toss it inside the pot and all that and everything is just...
It's actually perfect for bachelors.
Oh, who told you I'm a bachelor? Why? Danny, tell us something.
Okay, great. So now, people like this should be treasured. They should be put in a museum.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Treasured.
Because if you're going to make my work in the kitchen less time-consuming and stress-free, I love you already. Thank you. So in here we have a rice, crayfish, dry fish. What else? We have the oil,
Seasoning,
right?
pepper.
Seasoning, pepper, everything already mixed in here. So all you need to do is have a bottle of water and your meal is ready, just like you're making noodles.
Okay, hold on. What if I want pounded yam and fisherman soup?
We will get there, Mike. Just hold it, we will get there. Believe me.
Baby, got rice
if we
already.
can do
Some
this
people.
for rice, we'll get there.
Yeah, but you know, this actually brings to fore that, you know, we have so many Nigerians who are really, really talented. And that
Yes, we
is
do.
such innovation.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Well
Of course,
done,
my
well
name is
done.
Mike Mesikeno.
And I am Ime Okoche. Watch us live on GOTV channel 27 and UHF 49. You could also watch us on the go. If you can just download the TVC app, guys, it's for free.
Definitely.
And you can have access to it on both the Android and iOS stores.
Definitely social media activists connect across all social media platforms. Use the hashtag WakeupNigeria to engage with us.
All right, Mike, let us tell them what we have.
Definitely, we kick off with
left.
birthday shout outs. We'll be celebrating you, our viewers, and your loved ones. Watch out for this one. We love celebrating you. Beautiful people.
And right after that, we have art display, and we have visual artist Prince Yomi Otsukoya. He'll be joining us for his mini exhibition later on.
And of course, for our final conversation, we have Nollywood veteran Ikechukwu Nduka Okoro joining us. We can't wait to talk about him, what he has done, and what he's doing now. Welcome to our art display this Thursday morning. We have Dr. Yomi Otukoya in the house. Dr. Yomi, you're welcome. It is great to have you.
Thank you very much, my dear brother.
He's an art educator and, of course, exhibitor. It's great to have you. Let's talk about your origins as an artist. How did this all start for you?
Yeah, I would say it's an inborn thing. Naturally, art has got to be an inborn thing. It has to be the real talent in you. If you don't have it, you can't give it, and that is art. So I grew up with it, and someone discovered me, and right from there, I picked up the career. I remember, you know, I used to be a very stubborn child. Let me give you a short experience of my primary school, you know, encounter. I had a headmaster then who was having a short leg and, you know, walking Jaffito kind, and I decided that I should be able to draw this man on the blackboard, and I did that, you know, on a Friday. So Good Morning Monday, everybody came to the school and saw this sketch on the drawing, on the blackboard, and you know, they have to start beating everyone until I said, no, don't beat anybody, I did it. Okay. And that became a big trouble to me. So I was serious. As a matter of fact, my dad had to ask, you know, that they should, you know, remove me from school and stop my education because of that, because the punishment was too much.
It was too much.
But later somebody said, no, he was just exhibiting what he had in him. And, you know, that encouraged me, and I moved on from there. And immediately I finished my primary school. Instead of even thinking of going to secondary school, you know, I demanded that I wanted to meet Hubert Ogunde, and they took me up to him. So from there,
Did he take you?
yeah, because I insisted I was not going to school unless I meet him.
Okay.
And from there, I was rechanneled to, you know, to an advertising agency that what I actually had in me should be, you know, should be operative in the advertising sector. And that is where I got to work with, you know, I started my advertising career right from there, you know, started with, you know, Grant Advertising. You can imagine Grant Limited, from there to Lintas and so on and so forth.
All right, so
it was from there I moved to secondary school
all
eventually.
right, wonderful, wonderful. Now, but just let's move. We'll get to your art pieces just right now. But I just want to ask a question very fast.
Right.
Talent versus nurture. You said something that it has to be inborn. Can somebody learn it?
Yes, you have to learn it based on what you already got in there.
What if you don't have any art inclination? If I don't know how to draw, and I want to start, I want to get interested in it.
Then something has to come, you know, through your passion. You've got to first develop an extra interest in it. Based on that, you may not, you see, art is broad. Everybody don't have to know how to draw, how to paint. So the kind of, you know, the interest you have in it in the first instance is an art itself on its own, you know. And that has to has to be developed. Because that is already the foundation to work on. Your interest is
Your
the foundation
interest
to
is
work on.
foundation.
That your interest can be
Wonderful.
converted.
So now
Yes.
that
Let's talk about these pieces that you have here. We're seeing all of them come. What is your main form of expression as an artist?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a multi-talented artist. I sculpt, I paint,
Oh,
you know, and
sculpting is not easy.
I also script and I dance.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
I do a lot of dance scripting, you know, and you can see my sculpture, you know, my sculpture.
So, of all these forms, you express yourself in all these forms. Is there any form of this particular of art that really speaks to you the most? Which of these forms?
Yeah, this time around, I will want to go beyond the studio, and that is discovering the hidden talent in others. I came up with, while I was working with, you know, Chief Ebenezer Obey, I designed all his albums from Emasiko up to the time he stopped playing Jiji music and it became, you know, I discovered something that there are so many people, I mean, there are so many of my kind that were out there that if nothing is done to them, they'll be denied of destiny. So what I did was I came up with Art Kingdom, you know, International Foundation.
Okay.
And with the help of the late Sashifale Sakinyele, he was an artist himself. So we were able to use that to begin to, you know, work on children from the public schools, you know, pupils from public schools. And then
That might not have access normally to,
yes,
you know, to be to express their creativity.
And of course, their foundation to or background, you know, so poor that nobody will likely or probably think about them, you know. And I look at it that it's only the children of the upper class and middle class that enjoy the best of life, especially academic experiences. And I said to myself, let me take some of this out of this country. I looked at the possibility of a cultural and art exchange program. That is children art and cultural exchange program. And my first encounter was to bring Lady Mariana Bosoma from Slovakia in Europe. And I was able to raise 24 children that I took to Europe for cultural exchange, for fine art exchange program. And from there we started, and the next experience was taking 32 children to South Africa. And thereafter, the South African government asked me what exactly do I want, because I was not just doing it for Nigerian children. I was bringing Nigerian children, you know, to sit down with the South African children in their own foreign classrooms, you know, listen to the same teacher. This time around, I was a teacher for good 10 days, you know, taught them together, then exchange their artworks and return them to their parents. So these are children whose parents perhaps could not even afford to take to an amusement park in Lagos. And I ended up putting them on the plane, you know, give them 10 days accommodation and feeding and bring them back to Nigeria. And I wasn't getting funds from anywhere. I wasn't getting even a dime from the parents. So what I was doing was selling my properties, you know, to put these children on plane and security. And it was a vision, and I got it achieved. So when I brought them back, then government started appreciating what I was doing.
You bankrolled this vision
Of course. For good 3 years, I was doing that all alone. And at a point in time, it affected my marriage. You know, everybody has to. But they thought I was mad, and I was not mad. And today, everybody's back again, and we are enjoying ourselves. Wonderful. And they too have enjoyed the program, because as a result of this program, I've been able to internationalize my family, and they now see. We do it together now, so they now understand what I'm doing. Wonderful. And today we have the Art Kingdom Cultural Institute. In Johannesburg, we have the Art Kingdom Cultural Institute, you know, that is Portuguese in Brazil, and we are moving.
Wonderful. Yeah. Moving forward, I am quite interested in what next. What are you looking forward to with all this that you have done?
Yeah.
So far, what can we look forward to?
Fantastic. Last year, we staged a co-talent fair, you know, by Art Kingdom International Foundation. A co-talent fair was where we were able to empower 2,000 youth last year, you know, creative-wise, and discover some skills that, untold, you know, skills that were existing in them. And we did that last year. We got the collaboration with, you know, with the Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Okay. And we did that. Thereafter, we had Eco Talent Award, you know, and Eco Talent concert. All of this happened
so all of this
last year.
Going on.
All right. So this year we're going to have another episode of that.
All right.
And
Wonderful.
probably we'll be having TVC with us.
Wonderful, wonderful. We would like to partner with you and be a part of that. Well done, Dr. Yomi, and more grease to your elbows.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you. All right. That's it on our art display this morning. Hope you're inspired by this wonderful story here from Dr. Yomi. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. There's a bit more to come on the show.
Welcome back, guys. We're still tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria. And with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Ola. Earlier on, we talked about her business, the Chombi Bombies. And this morning, we are about to reveal what is in this beautiful pack. See right here. She has come up with an easy way to cook meals. So it's more like a 5-minute meal. It reminds me of something. There's this particular, anyway, I wouldn't go into it, but it's like a, okay, you know what? It's your product. Sell it to us.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here again.
Yeah.
So basically, Chombi's native rice is an amazing product. It's a first of its kind, never been done before. It has 7 amazing ingredients in it.
Exactly.
It has your rice, it has your seasoning, it has your pepper, it has your vegetables, it has your fish, your prawns. It even has the oil in it. All you need is water to cook like a chef, and just a bottle of water, by the way, and your food is ready.
You know what? Let's start cooking, right? Okay. Because when I saw this, I'm like, this is perfect for bachelors like Mike. These are the kind of things that he should jump on. So in here, in the pack, we have roasted stockfish, right?
Fish,
dry fish,
yeah.
And we have our crayfish. What vegetable is this?
Kale.
Kale.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to tell us what flavor, it gives to the rice?
It definitely gives it a nutty, natural, like, it definitely gives it that African taste.
Okay.
Definitely a huge twist.
Okay.
Okay,
you know what? Let's start cooking.
Okay.
So now that we have our pot already...
so we just toss in a bottle of water into the pot.
Okay, quickly.
Yeah. And, do you want to help with that?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
What do you need me to do?
Just to put the water.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this in.
Yeah.
How much water?
Or a bottle of water.
Oh, everything?
Yes.
Okay.
I need to change the pot.
And we're throwing this in, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so in there goes our crayfish, our dry fish. We have our seasonings in there, our kale, and our rice. Is that okay?
Everything is in there, actually.
You see, guys?
And then you put your oil.
Okay, and then we put in our oil. Is this open already?
No, just open it. It has like, a little.
We're just going to tear it open a bit.
Yeah.
What a cute little sachet of palm oil.
Really good oil, by the way.
Oh, nice. Did this yourself? The palm oil, I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So you're just going to
put
put it
everything,
in.
yeah.
And you know what I love most about this is how affordable it is. Just for 2,500. And you say bye-bye to hunger. Love this.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so now that we've emptied all that palm oil in, what do we do next?
Just give it a stir.
Okay.
And then you cover your pot.
Okay.
That's it.
And we're just going to leave to cook.
Yeah.
And you don't need to add nothing at
Absolutely
all.
nothing.
Nothing, guys. Nothing. And you cover, and food will be ready in
15 minutes.
bits. Right?
Yes.
Very easy.
Very
quick,
easy.
And food is ready. Oh, I'm really loving this. Students are definitely going to love this. They're definitely going to love this. Thank you for this innovative idea.
Thank you.
Love it, love it. So while we are waiting for our rice, our jollof native rice to cook up, because as you can see, all of those ingredients are really going to cook together. The flavor from the fish, the crayfish, the kale. Mike, don't you think this is something that you should have like a carton in your house?
Different one. It's not only rice we eat. I told you, the one that can do pounded yam and fisherman soup, we need to have that one too. And then we have the one that will do you know.
Or beans.
You know, oh, beans.
Dry fish.
There's a potato, you know, the one can do chicken and chips, different ones. But we'll get there someday, yeah?
Yes, we
definitely
will.
All right.
will. That certainly brings back memories.
Definitely does. And it's time for that conversation right now. We have with us a Nollywood veteran, Ikechukwu Unduka Okoro, here with us right about now.
Yes, and of course he'll be sharing with us his journey transitioning from old Nollywood into the new Nollywood. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
You're a veteran actor with us in our midst. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. So, talk to us so far. How's the journey been? You know, you've been there since the inception of, you know, Nollywood, of the Nollywood industry here in Nigeria.
Before it was Nollywood.
Before it was Nollywood, right?
true.
I mean, you've practically seen the ins and the outs of the industry, basically everything. How's the experience so far been for you?
So the experience has been organic, I would say. So you see, when you're doing something and you kind of start, it's just like when you're putting up a building and you're one of those who started from the foundation level, as it were, you know, and you see the progression of that building keep going to the point where you now have the finished building. There's something, you know, that people who just joined, maybe when they were doing the furniture, brought in the furniture and all that for that building, you know, there's something that is extra that you have. And that, you know, there's an experience that you have that when you share it, they're like, woo. So it's been a very organic one, very interesting one also. Creativity is so sublime, you know, how you see something go from abstract, you know, to making it look, you know, beautiful, something that people want to see and all of that. But it comes like I tell people, there's this chaos that goes on when production is being done. Like what we see here, you know, people don't know what is going on. So the chaos and all that is creative chaos, as it were. But people don't know it. But it's very interesting. So I've seen it go from when it was Nigeria film industry, before the nomenclature of Nollywood. And it's just about my experience is that of resilience of people like me, people who just had dreams in their minds. They weren't sure how they would do it, but that fortitude to stay in there, that resilience, that perseverance. You know, one thing about this industry is that there's a whole lot of inspiration in the industry about people and how you got here. So it's been for me a journey that is organic, that is full of testing my resilience, testing my perseverance. That's how you begin to learn life lessons, really, things that will build you. So it's been very interesting for me.
You said something that resonated with me, and you talked about your dreams. You know, you started this journey, the Nollywood industry, basically. You started from the scratch, right? And before I know you went in there with dreams, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Now, has the Nollywood industry helped to bring those dreams to reality?
Sure.
Are you where you think the industry should be as an industry and as a Nollywood actor?
Okay, good. So I'll start with where the industry should be. Of course, we know one thing in the industry, there's a whole lot of potential that is there. We have not scratched the potential in Nollywood. There's a whole lot more. But the thing is, for someone who saw, you know, things from some basic levels, we've done so much. I mean, today I sit back and I watch our films, and I'm like, wow. Because I know when we go to locations and you didn't have a lot of things that you wanted to use, even the kind of cameras producers wanted, they don't have. You know, just make do with whatever they can find, they can lay their hands on. Then, of course, the budget for them, you know, so you get cast together, you have a big idea in your mind to shoot a big movie, something very colorful, something very gargantuan, as it were. But when you look at your budget, you're like, well, you begin to now narrow it down to what you have, you know, at hand. So the industry has evolved. There's evolution, actually. And the evolution has been steady. It's been steady. Because I remember times when we had the marketers. You know, there was an era of the marketers who all that happened then was producers who go
And sell their CDs.
You can imagine, you package your creativity and you go and sell it off to someone. and you cannot you don't know what goes on after that. And there's something that it does to a creative that you cannot control your creativity, you know. So it has evolved, you know. And for me personally, I came in with dreams. Basically, it is about you look inside of you and you see something, and you now begin to look for platforms, you know, where you can leverage and showcase what you have within you. That's life. That's what makes an individual happy. So for me, I'm not there yet, as in the sense that there's so much more to do. There's so much more I would love to do. But I've definitely done things that I look back and I look at my location pictures, go through all those old pictures, and I'm like, wow, one has done something really.
You have come a long way. So yesterday I was actually having a conversation with someone concerning or talking about generational differences. Now, I think this question will bring us to the crux of this interview now. Talking about you transitioning from old Nollywood to new Nollywood. So how would you say you've handled that, considering where we are now in Hollywood? Talking about behind the scenes, on the scenes, with the new type of actors we have, new kind of producers, directors, new type of streaming platforms, and all of that. How would you say you've handled that?
Okay, so knowledge evolves. The major capital in anything you do is knowledge, honestly. So for me, I've always been knowledge-driven as a person. I'm someone who believes that, look, I don't want to run on empty when it comes to knowledge, and I don't want to run on low when it comes to knowledge. So that's why, for me, from day one, I've always researched. I will observe, because there are ways to get this thing done. So you observe those who you know are A-listers, who are doing this thing well. Look at the techniques they're using and begin to observe and imbibe. But also you have to do the hard work of researching. So for me, to answer your question, knowledge has been what I've latched on. So old Nollywood, and like they say, for me, all I've done is to update myself. If you do not update yourself, you fossilize. You get fossilized in whatever you do. So for me, as a person, I'm relevant by God's grace because I've kept researching, looking for new knowledge, to put on what I have and then write on it and move ahead. That's why today, now today we have monologues and all of that. We didn't have that back then. My days I started when all you did was go for auditions. Very early, I used to joke about this, so in those days, you go to an audition very early, where even those who are going to organize the audition are still at home, snoring.
True.
But you get there like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So I remember what we used to do. So because when you get there, you have to now you create a list. So I was one of those who I would get there early. I would bring a list from my house. A paper, then a pen.
Yeah, okay.
Why do you do that? You write. So you write name.
I like knock an attendance.
Thank you very much. So in the sense that because when people begin to gather, there will be rowdiness and all that. So to pay yourself for coming early, you write your name, maybe number 10 or as at the time you came, so that you don't come early. Then at the end of the day,
you've not done anything.
I'm telling you. So it was those days. It was really hustle. So you come around very early. You have to come physically.
Yeah.
I'm one of those that's why I said organic. It's been an organic growth for me. Yeah. I hit auditions, go through all the levels of trials, the audition you...
So quickly, we need to wrap this up quickly.
Yes.
I just, do you used to go for auditions?
Not...
you've been in...
Yes. So, invitations more of now.
Invitations
more of.
And then...
But then, let me say, there are some auditions you go for, because there's what is called reading. So sometimes you're called to come and read.
Yeah.
So, to know whether you fit into a character. Yeah. Not that they don't know you can do this thing, but come and read for a role. Yeah, something like that.
And I know we have to go to the kitchen now, but but we have to quickly, look at your, some of your, take us back, into memories. So let's take a look at some of your work.
All right.
Be one of the most used phrase in Nollywood. Do you know who you're talking to?
You know who you're talking to.
Yeah, welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you so much.
This is Chef Ola, and this morning she's made for you tasty Nigerian native jollof rice.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And so quickly, I just, want you to taste this. Let us know what you think.
It looks good.
Yeah, so all of this comes in a pack. We shared it earlier on, but please, sir, have a taste and let us know. We'd like to hear your verdict on it. Okay.
It's nice.
Beautiful.
It's nice.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. All right, Mike.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you so much, sir, for being on the show today. And wishing you all the best as you move forward. Chef,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So this man, let me go and try it now.
You should have said you wanted me.
Wait, I
I'm
said,
not even going to wait to try it. I'll just try it here.
Thank you. Thanks to all our guests and most of you.
Yes.
Thanks you. Thank you for watching. Take care and have a beautiful day ahead.
Bye.